finish up this portion also, ma.
Sure, ma'am.
Yeah. So yesterday in the classroom we were speaking about the total quality management, TQM. So in your textbook, the mission of TQM based education. So the purpose of TQM, that is the purpose of TQM into education, was to achieve the high pass rate and to recognize teachers for their dedication, experience and qualification. So the reason of using TQM in the education is to know the efficiency and to know the highest pass rate of every school system, and also to recognize teachers for their dedication, experiences and qualification, and also for their upgradations. And also the next one is to recognize organization for its ethics and professionalism. That is, one will know when you have this quality management or check of quality management in the school system, one will know how to organize and how to maintain their ethics and maintain their professionalism, and also to improve their professional ethics. Now there is a quality management in education basic principles. You just can have a look on that. So the main thing today in the classroom we are going to discuss about the tools of quality control in education. It is very important. You may have an essay question on this. So what kind of tools? Actually, these tools of quality are in the management. Actually, this does not belong to education, but later on, these tools and techniques are being used in the quality control in education. So what are those 7 tools? The major 7 tools, we are going to discuss about them. The first, we are discussing about the tools of quality control in education. So what kind of tools we can use in controlling the education system? It is given. These 7 are very important. So I have checked many of the what we say about these 7 tools to give good information, but what the information is given in your textbook is more than enough, ma. It is given in a simpler form, but other textbooks were very difficult because these 7 checklists or these 7 tools of quality are actually drawn in a graphical representations, ma. But here in your textbook it is not given. If you want to have that graphical representation also, you can just have a look at the net. It is available. So for that, for time being, we are going to discuss about this 7 tools of quality in education. The first tool is checklist. So checklist is nothing but it is a form or it is the information which is presented in a priority order. So what comes first? Before you try to, for example, every month in the first week, you try to go and buy some groceries from outside. So what you're going to do, you're going to make a list of things you're going to buy. For example, from the kitchen you start till the bathroom. That is everything what you wanted to buy. You will make a chart kind of thing. That is, you'll write down on a paper. Whenever you remember anything, you write down on a paper. A task will be written on your paper. You go to the shopping area or you go to the supermarket, you buy and then you tick on those papers. That is, you are checking the list which you have written in your house. So that is called as checklist. Now, what is checklist in education? When you are ready going for a classroom, you see to it that you are well versed in the content, you are well versed in the curriculum, you know how much time you have to be in the classroom and what you are going to teach, what kind of TLM you are going to take to the classroom. You write down everything, or else you make a checklist and you check before going to the classroom. So the first tool of quality is, as a teacher, you need to have a checklist. That is, what I'm going to teach in so and so class, whether it is your method 1 or method 2, what subject I'm going to teach, what sort of TLM I'm going to take with me, what sort of paper presentation I'm going to give, and what is the lesson plan I'm going to write down. So this is called a checklist. This is one of the tool. You are going to check the list of the things you are going to do after. You're going to write this list priorly. I gave you a good example. If you wanted to buy something, or if you have some work, you write down, so and so time I'm going to go there, so and so time I'm going to go here. So that is a checklist format. You write it in prior, and then you're going to perform the program or perform in the classroom. So that is the first one, that is called as checklist. And you will have a priority list. That is the most important one. You'll write it on the top. Which you feel you don't have that, which you feel that is very important, you're going to write in the first priority. That is why it is given in your textbook like the entire information should be in the order of the priority. So what should be the first? Whether it is your TLM, whether it is your lesson plan, or whether it is your textbook, or whether it is the other information which you're going to carry with you in the classroom. So the first tool is called as the checklist. The second one is the Pareto chart. Pareto chart is also one of the graphical representation. This is done, for example, why this Pareto chart is, it will show the frequency of the problems. For example, what problem is occurring most of the time. That is most occurrency of the problem. This Pareto chart acts as a tool in quality in education. It will see why this problem is arising lot of times. So the frequency of the problem occurring is checked in Pareto chart. You just make a note in your textbook. It is most occurred problems. Know the frequency of the problems. That is why it is occurring most of the time. So this chart is helpful to identify. It is not to identify that why this problem is occurring so many times. So that is why this chart is used. It is known, this Pareto is, for example, in your textbook it is given as identifying, defining, and to prioritize them and to know the frequency of the problem and have a clear vision of the problem. So when this graphical representation is drawn on a graphical sheet, we will come to know why this problem is occurring lot of the times. So why there is no proper infrastructure, anything related to the education system. It is with the school, it is with the learner, it is with the teacher, or it may be with system, or it may be the administration. So Pareto chart is the chart which represents the frequency of the problem. That is most occurrency of the problem. So that is called as Pareto chart. Now coming to the third one is the histogram. Now histogram is also one of the graphical representation. Now histogram is nothing but are easily used to understand the quality administration and evaluation aspects. It can be used to know the dispersion and central tendency of the information. The process can be understood with information from the histogram. This dispersion is nothing but the process of distributing. Histogram chart is used to show the dispersion. That is, for example, in an assembly in your what you say when we were doing our schoolings, what they do, they say class disperse. That is everybody, which group will, for example, we are from 5th or 6th class, in the assembly we all come together and we assemble at one place. So after they say, or the principal or the head pupil of the school say class disperse, it means that you are supposed to go to your classes irrespectively. So that is checked in this histogram. That what it checks which group belong to what, which section, what group. So for example, in your classroom only, this is a general classroom, but in the histogram chart you are going to see M1s are social, M2 English, M1 Maths, M2 English, M1. So it is according to your groups this chart is made. So it will show the differences or distribution of the students, distribution of their subject or anything. So this histogram chart is used in quality control. This acts as one of the tool in quality control in education. It is nothing but it shows the process of distribution and their central tendency. So how many of them have passed in M1? How many of them passed in M2? So these kind of evaluation or identification can be done through this histogram chart. Now coming to the next chart is cause and effect diagram. Cause and effect diagram is first in Pareto chart. We will see what is the most occurrence occurring in the education system. What is the problem? Why it is occurring n number of times? That is checked there. But here in cause and effect diagram, we will try to see the reason of the problem and will try to solve them. To know the reason for each and every problem, we use this cause and effect diagram This is also a graphical representation. After knowing the main problem, we can solve them effectively. So solving part, any problem occurring every day, those solving problem will be discussed or will be shown in so these kind of diagrams, that is Pareto, we'll see Pareto graphical representation, we can identify the problem, and here in cause and effect diagram we will try to solve each and every problems which are occurring in the school system. Now coming to the next one is the scatter diagram. Scatter diagram is nothing but the scatter diagram guides and explains us to know how the value of one variable is going to influence the other variable. So how there is a problem occurring and how this problem is influencing another problem, or it may be a problem, or it may be a solution, or it may be anything. So that is why it is given as a variable. It will explain us to know how the value of one variable is going to influence the other variable. So whether it is in a good sense or bad sense, one is influencing the other. So what kind of influence is that? That will be done in scatter diagram. Now coming to the last one is the control chart. Control chart is nothing but it will see the working condition of the, for example, working condition or the methods used in the classroom. For example, it is given as quality control chart is the best tool to monitor the method of process, and this type of chart is used to monitor the process and its working methodology in any system or organization. It clearly shows about what kind of methods are used in the organization or system, what type of system, whether it is what type of methodology is used, that is whether it is in the classroom, again it comes on the whole. So control chart, it clearly sees the monitoring method of the process. It will monitor the method of process in the school organization or school admission. It will monitor. These 7 tools are very important, ma. When you write in the examination point of view, with the help of graphical representation also, it will be helpful for you. If it is possible, I'm going to put the pics of that, or else you can just go through the website where you can find how these 7 tools are helpful in the education system with the help of the graphical. If you cannot find, it's okay, but these most of them are graphical representations which clearly shows about the quality control in education, how these can be done. So these act as the 7 tools. The first one, checklist, Pareto chart, histogram, flow chart, cause and effect diagram, scatter diagram, and control chart. These are the 7 tools which are used in quality control check in education system. Now coming to quality monitoring format. Now this monitoring format, it is nothing but when you write an application or anything on a paper, you will have a format. So this quality monitoring format is written in a format form which was introduced or developed by NCERT after the programs called Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan and all were established. So the main reason to implement this quality monitoring format was to, after the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan or Right to Education Act has introduced in the education system, these NCERT 2013 have developed the various aspects of quality covered in the revised quality monitoring tools as follows. So on basing what this quality has to be checked, there are about few have been given in your textbook. That is about the admission of all the children, attendance of children, availability of textbooks, utilization of TLM grants. So these all are like the checklist. So these checklists are given in a format form, in a monitoring format form, where you have to write, and for any application you have a format form from starting from your name, your father's name, your date of birth, your gender, whether your marital status, everything, to which state you belong, which district. So in a format form, these all checklists are checked. So this is given by NCERT to see the quality in the education system. When you and there is also QTM to be used at different levels. There is also a diagramical form. That is, a format is given in your textbook. You can just have a look of that. Just write small information about that I'm going to give you. You just make a note. See, this table has been given in your textbook. Quality management tools to be used at different levels. So this is the table which is given. I'll tell you what is school monitoring format. You write down SMF. You just make a note. I'm going to give you notes for what is SMF, what is SMCF, what is COS, what is CMF and BMF and DMF and STMF. Just make a note. Right down. This is, we are speaking about the quality monitoring format. These are the points where the quality monitoring format will help out. Format is in the form of application form, where every organization at what level and who are the key persons in writing these format, it is given in a tabular format. So for that, what is SMF and all is not given in your textbook. Just make a note. SMF, that is school monitoring format, reflects upon the status of SMF reflects upon the status of various indicators influencing the quality of school education. The quality of school education. So SMF is nothing but it is school monitoring format, and this format is filled by the head teacher. At which level? In the school level. Head teacher is the head principal or HOD. So this format, this school monitoring format, and on what it reflects upon the status of various indicators influencing the quality of school education. Are you all there, Are you all writing?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Writing, ma'am.
You're writing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Just within
Yes,
5 minutes, I'm going to wind up the class, ma'am. Just make a note. But this is not given in your textbook, and that is the reason I'm giving you. SMF is a school monitoring format. Now, coming to the next one, write down SMCF. Write the short forms. SMCF provides information on SMCF provides information on perception of SMC members. So the SMCF provides information on perception of SMC members about the functioning of school. About the functioning of school. So whatever SMC will give or whatever SMF will give information, that is SMC will give information for this, that is School Management Committee will provide or will fill up this form. this format, this monitoring format will be filled up by school management committee at the school level. That is SMC is the school management committee. So school management committee format will be filled up by school management committee SMC at the school level. This is a format. I told you how this format will be. It will be just like an application form where the questions will be asked. You are supposed to write the answers, your name, your address. So everything will be in the format. This monitoring format will be in the application format only. Now coming to the third one, cluster monitoring format, that is SMF. So Sangamita, you were asking me about the cluster management, that is cluster block resource centers and block resource centers. Cluster resource centers ante, I'll tell you what are cluster resource centers. 2 or more panchayatis will be there. So every village will have panchayati system. So every panchayati, for about 2 or 3 panchayatis will come together to form a cluster. Okay, ma'am. So every village will have panchayati systems. So these 3 or 4 panchayati schools will come together to form a cluster. So they all come and join at one place and they form a group. So they belong to so and so village from different panchayatis, 3 or 4 panchayatis, they come together to form clusters. Okay. That is cluster resource center. Now what is block resource center is all these clusters, every individual block from a town or from a district, these all clusters form together and they come near one block. Okay, ma'am. So that is called as block resource center. So every district will have one block. Okay, ma'am. Is it clear, ma'am? Is it clear to everyone what is cluster resource center and block resource center? 2 or 3 gram panchayatis will form one group, and that one group will come and join every time whenever there is a program or is implemented. These all panchayatis will come together and they form a cluster group. And all these cluster groups come and join in the block groups, which are every block, that is every district will have one block resource center. Is it clear to everyone? Yes, ma'am. Okay, yes, continue writing, ma'am. Continue writing. I know only few of them are present in the class. See, it is up to you, ma'am. It is my duty I am doing. I don't know whether how many of you, so many of them left in the meet also. I don't know whether it is because of your internet problem or if you don't want to attend the class, you are tensed with your second semester. I cannot do anything, but those who are writing, you just make a note, ma'am. Write down the third one is COS.
Ma'am, full form of SMCF, can you tell me once again?
SMC is School Management Committee, ma'am.
Which format? F4 format.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
School Management Committee and F.
See, ma'am, SMCF is different and SMC is different. Different is what format they fill is called as SMCF, ma'am. School Management Committee is SMC. So these will fill the format called as School Management Committee format.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Now coming to the next one is Cluster Monitoring Format, CMF. Write down CMF, Cluster Monitoring Format. CMF provides consolidated information. CMF provides consolidated information of all schools in the cluster collected through of all schools in the cluster collected through SMF, collected through school monitoring format, SMF. And deals with the perception of CRCC, deals with the perception of CRCC. CRCC is nothing but Cluster Resource Centers Coordinator. CRCC. See, everything is given in your textbook itself. CRCC is Cluster Resource Center Coordinator. So it deals with the perception of CRCC about functioning of schools in the cluster. Functioning of schools in the cluster. Now another one is that. So with that we finish of SMF. Now coming to COS. See, classroom observation schedule. COS, classroom observation schedule. Write down. COS records information about various aspects of classroom process in progress. Classroom process in progress. Now write down about block monitoring format. That is BMF. Write down the short forms. BMF. Write down. BMF provides consolidated information See, you do one thing, See, whatever CMF done at the cluster level, same the BMF also done in the block level. For example, in CMF I gave you a notes, CMF provides consolidated information of all the schools in the cluster collected. So in the block resource, or otherwise block resource centers, what will happen? You can write down, instead of cluster, you write down block here. That's it. That is, BMF provides consolidated information of all schools in the block collected through SMF. It is same like cluster only, but this block monitoring format will have the information which is given about in the block collected through SMF, and also it provides about the CRCC's perception of CRCC about functioning of schools in the BMF. For example, it is given as the functioning in the school in the cluster, but here you will write down about the block. See, I don't think so I'm confusing you. Whatever you have written in CMF, instead of cluster, you will write down block in BMF. Is it clear, ma'am?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now write down about DMF, DMF. district monitoring format. Write down district monitoring format. So, district monitoring format will be filled up by the district project officer, that is DPO at the district level. So you remember one thing, you can write it on your own because it's a big paragraph given. Whatever information is present from the cluster resource center coordinator and whatever information given by the block resource center coordinator, this district project officer will make a note. Is it clear, ma? So whatever information is present or given in the format form by CRCC and by BRCC, district project officer will make a note of it. Is it clear, ma? DMF is a district monitoring format. So whatever the cluster resource center coordinator and block resource center coordinator, what sort of information is given by these people are recorded by the school district. For example, district project officer. At the district level, he'll try to write down all the information and try to give measures in improving the quality, ma. You can write it on your own about this. Is it clear, ma? Or else I'm confusing you?
Clear, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay. Now coming to the state monitoring format. Now state monitoring format, you know what you have to write. So all the information carried from CRCC and all the information carried from BRCC and all the information carried from that is a DPO. Now state project director will see this format. He'll try to fill his own format regarding the information came from CRCC, BRCC and DPO. Is it clear, Manu?
Yes, ma'am.
So these all deals with the quality aspects in different regions. Now quality aspects, the only thing is they find out the information and then they try to improve the quality of education. It is not only their duty to fill up the format, but also see to it what kind of measures are they taking also will be given in the format. So what kind of, see, this was the previous year, this happened in the cluster problem, or this was the block problem, or this was the district problem. So we have maintained in such a way that we have eradicated so and so problems. So everything will be given in that format form, where we'll see was there any difference in implementing or was there any difference in changes will be shown in this format form. Is it clear, ma?
Yes, ma'am.
So you had a clear look about this table, no? What is SMF, what is SMCF, what is CMF, COS, BMF, DMF and STMF. This, your textbook, like whoever have established this or whoever has printed this, they only gave you the table without knowing what is what. So that is the reason I gave you what. Now you all understood, Norma, what is the tabular form which is given in your textbook. These are the quality monitoring tools. This is all about your school levels and who are the key persons who are going to monitor those, going to fill up those forms, are going to monitor that, and at what level these happens.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
so the full forms and all are already given to you, ma. So so this is how the quality check are being given in your education system. If it is possible, I'm going to give you the formats, how it will be. Everything will be with the screenshots. I'm going to display in the general group where you can see. So this is all about, so result of TQM method, what points, what kind of results are given is clearly given in your textbook. You can go through it. So tomorrow's class we are going to discuss about the quality assurance in education, that is already known to you, SSA, RMSA and RUSA. What kind of quality measures are given, you can just, if it is possible, I'll try to give you notes. Otherwise what is given in your textbook is fine and enough. I'm going to continue with this, and a little bit of NAC, NCTE and NBA we are going to discuss tomorrow, that is regularity boards and quality assurance in education, including SSA, RMSA and RUSA. We are also going to discuss on NAC, NCTE and NBA. On 5th we are going to continue with RCI, AICTE and Quality Council, and also we are going to discuss about the 5th unit 5.5. That is what is there in your 5.5. We are going to discuss that on 5th, and end of this what you call as SMOMA, National Knowledge Commission and University Education, will be done on 5th, including few of the regulatory bodies in quality assurance and education. So with this we finish off 5.2 ma. Tomorrow's class we are going to do 5.3, a bit of 5.4 on 5th, a bit of 5.4 and 5.5. With this we complete our SMO portion, and I'm going to leave you. Is it clear enough? So examinations, don't get worried, don't get panicked. You have only 3 exams, and 3 nights if you sit, you are done with it. Don't worry. Sociology, don't worry, but only method 1 social is is little bit tough, ma. You just have a look of that.
Sure, ma'am. We'll do that next.
Okay, ma'am. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, I know only few are responding. Okay, ma'am. It's okay. I don't want to trouble you all much. So it's okay, ma'am. It's okay. Take care of yourselves. Don't get worried. You can make it up. You can write down. This is you're going to have your own college. You simple college exam रास्ते मेरा tension पड़ो.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, my time will also be given to you. It is not only to us, because 4th semesters also we have given some grace time. Don't worry. Don't think it is only 2 hours exam. A grace time of 5 or 10 minutes will be given. So this is your college. Don't worry. Don't panic. Get ready for your exams. Within 2 days, I'm going to leave you all for the first session also.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, take care of yourselves. Don't worry. You can write it.
Yes, ma'am. You can write it down.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Don't worry. Get ready. Get ready.
Yes,
ma'am.
Sure.
See